Hello, geometry students. Today we're going to be talking about surface area and volume of spheres. This is something a little different. So first we have to talk about what is a sphere. So just draw a circle and then draw in some other curved lines to make this thing look three-dimensional. A sphere is the set of all points equidistant from a point called the center. And the center is just this spot right here. That would be the center. Okay, more words that we need to talk about. When a plane and a sphere intersect in more than one point, the intersection is a circle. So in other words, if you were to take a cross-section of this sphere and open it up and look at it, it would be a circle. So I'm going to draw a picture that kind of looks like that. There's a solid sphere, and I drew a plane that's intersecting this sphere. So if I were to cut there and open it up, it would look like a circle. Okay. If the center of the circle is also the center of the sphere, then this circle is a great circle. So in other words, if it's being cut completely in half, the circle that is formed is called a great circle. And the circumference of this great circle is also the circumference of this sphere. Okay, so now we need to come up with a formula for the surface area of a sphere. For today, we're just going to kind of take the formula for what it is, and I will explain it to you later how we come up with this formula. So the formula is surface area is 4 times pi times r squared. Make sure you are using the radius for r. So let's do an example. Find the surface area of this sphere. So draw a sphere, and that 8 meters is the diameter. So we find the radius by taking half of 8, so the radius would be 4. So I need to do 4 times pi times 4 squared, and let's leave this answer in terms of pi, and I would get 64 pi meters squared. We're back to surface area, so our units are units squared, not units cubed right now. Okay, the next type of problem we're going to do has to do with the Earth. The Earth's equator is about 24,902 miles long. Approximate the surface area of the Earth. So the equator is that line that's going around the Earth. So here's the Earth. And let's draw in some things. That distance around is 24,902 miles. If I want to find the surface area, I need to know the radius. Well, what is the 24,000? How does it relate to the circle? It is the circumference of the great circle. So circumference, I know, is 2 pi r. So if I set that equal to 24,902, I'll find out that the radius is 12,451 over pi. Let's plug that in now to find the surface area of the Earth. I know that the radius is 12,451 over pi. We'll square it and multiply it by 4 pi. Actually, try typing this in your calculator to make sure you can get the correct answer. And by doing this calculation, we'll find that the surface area is about 197,387,017 miles squared. Okay, next thing we need to learn is the volume of a sphere. We just did surface area, now let's do volume. Again, just take the formula for what it is for now, and then we'll later explain why this is so. So the volume formula for a sphere is 4/3 times pi times r cubed. So let's do an example using this formula. So I've given you a sphere and its radius is 6. So all I have to do is plug this into the formula, 4/3 times pi times 6 cubed. And when I plug this in my calculator and leave it in terms of pi, I get 288 meters cubed. We're back to cubed because this is volume. We have one more example to do. using the volume to find the surface area. So what if they tell you what the volume is and they want you to find the surface area? We will actually start this problem and we won't finish it all the way, but let's start it. The volume of a sphere is 5,000 meters cubed, and I want to know the surface area. So first of all, the formula for surface area is 4 pi r squared, and the formula for volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. So I'm told that the volume is 5,000, so I'll set that equal to my volume formula. And my goal here is to figure out what r is, because if I know the radius, then that means that I can find the surface area of the sphere. So all I need to do is solve for r. So how do I get rid of this 4/3 that's out in the front? I would multiply by its reciprocal, which is 3/4. And when I do 3/4 times 5,000, I get 3,750. Now how do I get rid of this pi? I would divide both sides by pi. So right now I have that r cubed is 3,750 over pi. And I already wrote it in there, but how do you get rid of an r cubed? I want r by itself. If it was r squared, then we would take the square root. But in this case, it's r cubed, so we have to take the cube root. So right now I have that r is the cube root, you need that little 3 out in front, of 3,750 over pi. And I take that and I plug it in to my surface area formula. At this point now, I have to figure out how to plug this in my calculator, and I will go over that another day because it's kind of complicated. So we'll either do it tomorrow or Friday, whenever we get to it. That's the end of the video. Make sure you've written down everything that I have, and I will see you tomorrow.